First of all, let's go for reference to the Supreme Buddha, Noble Dhamma, and the Noble Sangha, Buddha Dhamma and Sangha. We say with me, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to my teacher, Lukuswami Mahase. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, in this evening, we are going to identify the Supreme Buddha by the teachings of the great teacher. What do you think about that? As you think, can we understand the nature of the Buddha by understanding the Dhamma? Why is it so? Because when we say Buddham Saranam Gacchami, or I am going for refuge to the Buddha, the meaning is you are thinking to attain the liberation of suffering with the help of the knowledge of the Buddha. That's why you are saying Buddham Saranam Gacchami. So what is the meaning of you going for refuge? You must talk with me. Then I will be able to understand whether you know or not. Because we have a confidence that the Supreme Buddha achieved extraordinary knowledge, and then with the help of that knowledge, he escaped from suffering. Can you understand? When we go for refuge to Buddha, then we have a pleasant mind about the qualities of the Buddha. Supreme Buddha means an extraordinary teacher. He is an Arahant. He eradicated all the defilements, purified the mind, purified the body, speech and mind, eradicated passion, hatred and delusion. Supreme Buddha is an Arahant. Then we acquire a pleasant mind about that quality, about that arahantship. Because in this world, there is not a teacher like that. Then we have a pleasant mind saying Buddham Saranam Gacchami. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, understood the suffering as a noble truth in this world, without anyone's help. And he eradicated the origin of suffering. So when you feel an unpleasant feeling, maybe physical or mental, unpleasant feeling, or any kind of suffering regarding your own life, or when you look around the outer world, then at once that pleasant mind comes to your life again, that pleasant thought. What is the pleasant thought? Pleasant memory. I have gone for reviews to a teacher who has eradicated the origin of suffering. And the Supreme Buddha achieved the cessation of suffering, the end of suffering. I have gone for refuge to such a teacher. And there is a path to achieve the real happiness. The path leading to the cessation of suffering, the Noble Eightfold Path. My teacher followed that path. In this way, Supreme Buddha understood the Four Noble Truths, not the ordinary truths, Four Noble Truths. Without anyone's help, an escape from suffering. Can you understand the meaning of going for refuge to Buddha? It is not a simple thing in this world. Then Vidyacharana Sampanna, then the first quality Arahant. Second one, Samma Sambuddha. Samma Sambuddha means Supreme Buddha understood the reality of the life without anyone's help. It is the one and only reality. So, we should be wise and clever enough to understand this rare opportunity that we have obtained in this rare human life. Then Vidyacharana Sampanna. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, has extraordinary knowledge. He can recollect past lives of beings, the long journey of samsara, the cycle of birth and death, wandering through hell, animal world, ghost world, human world, devas world. He can recollect the past lives. Then he can see the passing away and rebirth of beings. The doctrine of karma. And the Supreme Buddha is the asanjata samaggasa sanjanita, discoverer of the undiscovered path to liberation. Anakkata samaggasa akkhata. Supreme Buddha is the proclaimer of the unproclaimed path to liberation. Magganyu. He is the knower of the path to liberation. Maggakovidu. He is the skilled teacher of the path to the liberation. Think about these qualities. So we are going for refuge to such a teacher. Sugata followed the Noble Eightfold Path, that undiscovered path by any other teacher, and attained the real happiness, Nibbana, ultimate deliverance. Lokavidu. There are no secrets about the world in his life. He understood all worlds, the nature of all worlds, and the way the beings are born on those worlds, and the way they suffer, and the way they pass away from those worlds, and then take the rebirth elsewhere, everything. Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Supreme Buddha tames humans and devas. Meritorious humans and devas with his psychic powers and compassion with the compassion, loving kindness, and then the knowledge, with the help of the knowledge which enable to read others' minds. Then by preaching the Four Noble Truths. All these are called pratyahara, the psychic powers, not ordinary knowledge. And satta deva manusana, I am going for request to a teacher. What kind of teacher is he? The teacher of the gods and humans. In Buddha, he can teach this Dhamma to anyone. If someone has the wisdom, he can teach the Dhamma to escape from suffering. Maybe a little child, or a young man or a woman, or elder person from human world, or to a deva, Bhagava, Blessed One, my great teacher, Supreme Buddha is the teacher who fits to hold all these extraordinary qualities. Can you understand? Okay. So with that pleasant mind, we will be able to understand this extraordinary knowledge with the help of his noble Dhamma. So now we are going to do that. To identify the Buddha by understanding the Dhamma. That is the path to be a real noble disciple, real noble son, noble daughter of the Buddha. Then it leads us to escape from bad words. Because noble disciple is the person who has the opportunity to escape from hell, animal world and ghost world. Can you understand? Because Supreme Buddha divides all the beings from, not from the only from the human world, but from all the world. All beings are divided into two categories, basically. The first category is ordinary beings, and the second category is noble disciples. And Buddha explains that ordinary beings always they are with the danger to be reborn in a bad world. Maybe that ordinary person in this human world, he may be a rich person with lot of money, with lot of vehicles, with lot of educational qualifications. But he is an ordinary person. According to this noble Dhamma, he is only an ordinary being who is wandering in the samsara. But then the category of the noble disciples, they explains, from the ordinary life danger, then one son or a daughter will convert into the noble research using his wisdom. Then he will come to the first stage of noble discipleship. Maybe he's a poor person without any educational qualifications, but he is a noble disciple. What is the assurance? He has escaped from bad world and headed to the real happiness, headed to the enlightenment, headed to the Nibbana. This is the opportunity. So, Supreme Buddha explains the first stage of the Noble Disciplines. What is the first stage? Converting from the ordinary life. What is the first stage? Keep in your mind, Saddhanusari. First noble disciple is Saddhanusari, faith follower. Faith follower means acquiring some sufficient faith or confidence or pleasant mind. He comes to this stream of liberation. He is called Saddhanusari. Then step by step he associates noble friends and listen to the Four Noble Truths, the reality of the life. Then step by step he uses his wise consideration. Wise consideration means Yoniso Manasikara. Wise consideration means he investigates the Dhamma through his wisdom. Can you understand? Then he comes to the second stage. At the initial stage, he had only sufficient faith, but now he is a developed noble disciple. He is known as the Dhammanusari, Dhamma follower. Can you understand? So these two noble disciples are in the path to attain the Sotapanna stage. Then the third noble disciple is stream entrant, Sotapanna. When a son or a daughter attains that stage, the meaning is he has escaped from bad worlds and he will never be reborn in those worlds. He has obtained that assurance. Then Supreme Buddha explains, within maximum of 7 lives, then he will understand this life, the reality of this life completely. Then he will escape from all the physical suffering and mental suffering. So, by crying or by lamenting, we cannot escape from suffering. But we cannot miss those situations. We have to face. But if we can develop our wisdom, then we will be able to face for those situations not as an ordinary son or a daughter, as a wise, noble son or a daughter. Can you understand? So, though a little child or little girl or a boy, they will have to escape from suffering. Don't they cry? They cry. Don't they blame to others? They blame. And don't they fall on the floor? Yes. Have you fallen? Yes. Okay. And don't they face with accidents? Don't they die? They die. But when they die, that is not the problem. The danger is, have they escaped from the bad world? Have they entered to the stream, at least stream of liberation? Otherwise, there will not be end of that long journey. Again and again, they will have to face for such situations. Can you understand? So this is a great opportunity. Okay. So understanding the Buddha by understanding the Dhamma. How can we do that? Supreme Buddha explains, Yo paticca samuppadam passati, so dhammam passati. One who sees the paticca samuppada, one who sees the dependent origination, he sees the Dhamma. Yo dhammam passati, so paticca samuppada passati. One who sees the Dhamma, who sees the dependent origination. Yo dhammam passati, so mam passati. One who sees the Dhamma, he identifies me. Can you understand? Okay, so in our life, there is though we don't know, though we study a lot of things and though we learn a lot of subjects, we don't know that in our life, Supreme Buddha understood, there is a fetter. That fetter is known as the Sakkaya Ditthi. You know about views? View. Okay, we have so many views, the ways we perceive the world. Like that, Buddha understood there is a view in this life, like a fetter. It is called identity view. Can you understand? Okay, that identity view means we have an identification like that, like this. We consider, we identify this I as mine. This I am. This I is myself. Can you understand? Don't we identify like that? We identify. Not only the I, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. Can you understand? That's why when we taste something, we say, oh, I feel very tasty. Don't we say? So then we fall, we say, oh, I am very sad. This is called identity view. But Supreme Buddha understood it is an illusion, distorted perception. But because of this illusion, because of this fetter, beings cannot escape from bad worlds. It is the fetter that leads us to be reborn in the bad world. What is that view? Sakkaya Ditthi, identity view. So what is the meaning of identity view? We have an identification, this life as myself. This life as a self. Self means we think in this life we can control this life according to our wish. Don't we have such an idea? We have. That's why when something happens, we don't expect that thing. Okay? So such a thing, when such a thing happens, then we cannot bear it. We think, oh, this shouldn't be like this. Can you understand? My body shouldn't like be in this way, and the unpleasant feeling shouldn't come to my life. This is the way we are trying to control our life. Can you understand? But can we get so? No. This is the illusion. So we can escape from this by understanding the dependent origination, paticca samuppada. Now today we are going to discuss that process. Okay? So now you have been studying or listening to Dhamma for so many months, and you can say more than a year. So now I consider that you are capable enough to come to this frame of the liberation. Okay? Because we cannot assure the lifespan of the life. maybe your friends, they face to the death, and they are facing for the death. Okay, we don't know about the future or about tomorrow. Okay, so as soon as possible we must learn these things. Okay, this is a discourse from the connected discourses Samyutta Nikaya. Let's try to get some idea about this life. Okay, in an extraordinary knowledge, an enlightened one knowledge. The name of this discourse is The Cases of Knowledge, Ñāṇavatthusutta, Cases of Knowledge. The cases you should understand. Okay? Now, Supreme Buddha, our great teacher, explains like this. I will teach you 44 cases of knowledge. So how many cases? 44 knowledge. Now how many knowledge do you have now? About knowledge about social science, political science. Do you have those knowledge? Okay, you think about this knowledge. And what are these 44 knowledge? The cases, 44 cases of knowledge. Now I am going to teach you, and Supreme Buddha explains. You listen very carefully. Sadhukam manasikarat. Remember it again and again, and then try to understand. This is the first knowledge. Now, this investigation should be followed from the present condition. What is the present condition of this life? What is the present condition? Now we know about birth. Okay. Now when you follow this path, when you try to understand this noble Dhamma, now you have to convert to that research. What is that research? Noble research. So you have to think with a third eye. Otherwise, when you are asked about the present condition, then you will say, I have an examination next month, and these days I am studying, and yesterday I watched a film, so today we are discussing about that. Then you will say, present condition. It is the ignoble research. It is the ordinary research. Everyday that research is the common research in this world. It will not lead to the liberation of suffering. With the help of the third eye, when you try to understand the present condition, then you will see after the birth, all beings, they are facing for aging and to the death. This is the present condition. And within these two periods, from birth to death, they are facing for so many kinds of suffering, mentally and physically. And they are struggling to escape from that suffering, from that dissatisfaction, to achieve the satisfaction. And because of there is some gratification in this life, little gratification. They are running behind that gratification. But when you look those lives with that third eye, then you will identify they are dying again with dissatisfaction. Can you understand? This is the present condition. Okay? So, from that present condition, then Supreme Buddha explains, basically, there should be four knowledge in this life, about this life. First knowledge. Now how many cases of knowledge? 44. So the first group, there are four knowledge. For the first group, the first knowledge is Jara Marane Ñāṇa. The knowledge of aging and death. Can you understand? Okay. Now, are there these things in another world or this world? There are these things in this world. So we have to have a natural understanding. Okay. Then the second knowledge, the knowledge of the origin of aging and death. Now we have a question that wise noble disciple has a question. What is the question? What is the origin of this aging and death? Think about this. Buddhism is not pessimistic. Not a pessimistic religion. First, Supreme Buddha talks about the question and then the answer. Not only about the suffering, but about the escape of suffering, end of suffering. And the third knowledge, the knowledge of the cessation of aging and death. Can you understand? Then the fourth knowledge, the knowledge of the way leading to the cessation of aging and death. Think about how lucky we are. This is the purpose of this human life. We must find the answers for these questions. Otherwise we will have to die without questions in this life too. Okay. Now, if you have answers for these questions, then you are lucky. Then already you have entered to this frame. Okay? If you haven't answers for these questions, today you can get to some extent and you try to remember. Okay. So what is the first knowledge you should obtain? Knowledge of aging and death. Okay. What is aging and death? This is the first question. What is aging and death? And Supreme Buddha explains. So what is aging? Getting older. This is aging. Supreme Buddha explains. Brokenness of teeth, khandicham, palicham, grayness of hair, valittajata, wrinkling of skin. When we say getting older, at once we forget it. But in detail we have to discover this. What is aging? And then decline of the lifespan. Indriyanam paripako. Weakening of the sense faculties. Today you have clear eyes and ears and all those things. So you and a powerful body, handsome. But is it an eternal thing? No. That is aging. We will have to abandon all the things. So anyway, these things are known as aging. Then Jara Marana is aging. Now think about the elder homes and those things. We can identify it clearly. Though they have a lot of money and luxurious things, they have faced to this danger, and they are going here and there with the help of sticks and wheelchairs and like babies. Now they have transferred to their childhood. Haven't you seen? We will have to face. Be ready with a stick. Something like that. Okay. Then death. What is death? What is death? Death means passing away and then the breaking up of the body, then the disappearance, then lying down of the dead body, then completion of time, then break up of the aggregates. You know aggregates? 5 aggregates. Another name for this life. Okay. Understood, this life means that a collection of 5 aggregates, clinging aggregates. Okay. The material form, the body, it's one aggregate. Can you understand? And then the feelings that we feel, pleasant, unpleasant and neutral. Next aggregate of clinging. Then we perceive the things. And we have clung to that perception. It's called perception aggregate of clinging. Then we think about the things we perceive. It's called volitional formations. Volition. It is the karma. Then the consciousness. We cognize the forms, sounds, smells, tastes, tangibles and thoughts and those things. It is called consciousness. These are called 5 aggregates of clinging. Is it clear? So the death means break up of these aggregates and then arise these 5 aggregates of clinging elsewhere. Again, it is called birth, arising of 5 aggregates of clinging. Then what is the meaning of death? Break up of 5 aggregates of clinging. Then another birth, another death. This is the meaning of birth and this. Okay, so then the Supreme Buddha explains, this is the knowledge of aging and death. Then what is the second knowledge? The knowledge of the origin of aging and death. What is the origin of aging and death? And you must answer. What is the origin? Repeat your question. Yes. Birth is the origin of aging and death. If you have that knowledge, then it is a great knowledge. Birth. What is the meaning of this one? If there is birth somewhere and there is aging and death, then you will not pray to be reborn as an eternal being with the God, because you have that knowledge. Birth is the origin. Then with the arising of birth, aging and death arises. Then third knowledge, the knowledge of the cessation of aging and death. You come close here. Okay, what is the cessation of aging and death? You must know that answer. When your grandmother and grandfather, when they are worried about their grayness of hair and the wrinkling of his skin, then you must answer to him or her. Or there is an answer to this question, grandmother. There is an answer. Don't you know that one? What is the answer? The cessation of birth. This is the answer. No one can find any answer, any other answer. Cessation of birth. Okay. Next, fourth knowledge. Then they will say, oh, I want to attain that knowledge. I want to attain that condition. How can I escape from birth? Where should I go? Where should I jump to? No, don't need to jump to anywhere to destroy the birth. There is a path. What is the path? Okay, this is the path. Ayameva ariyo attangiko maggo. Jati nirodha gamini patipada. This is the way. This noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of aging and death. Okay, this is the first group. And then the second group. The knowledge of birth. Now can you say the second knowledge of that group? Knowledge of the origin of birth. Then knowledge of the cessation of birth. Next. Yes, the knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of birth. Okay, first knowledge. Jati Ñāṇa. What is birth? You ask from your teacher in your university, what is birth? What kind of question you ask from me? Because they haven't been asked such a question, at least, for their whole lifetime. What is birth? Yes, this is birth. Descent into the womb. Can you understand? And birth without a womb. Now we came to this world through the mother's womb. But there are other beings, creatures, egg-born creatures. Then, breaking out of a shell of an egg, they come to the world. Then, moisture-born generation. Worms and earthworms and those things. Then, spontaneous generation. The beings, they are born not by chance, but by karma. The beings in hell, heaven, and goes to earth. Okay? So, and then, arising of aggregates. Now can you understand? Birth means arising of aggregates. Then, obtaining of sense faculties. Ayatananam patilabho. Obtaining of sense faculties. What are the sense faculties? You must say loudly. Now, now I am talking from your language. So you must talk louder than me. eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. Obtaining these 6 faculties is called birth. Now we have that. We have to understand. Oh, this is birth. Now when you understand dependent origination like this, cause and effect, then you will identify there is not a self here. Only causes and effect. Okay. So especially you have to understand regarding the birth. Birth means descent in the womb, not the coming out from the womb. Can you understand? Our mothers, they haven't this knowledge. That's why they noticing the time we come out from the womb. Taking that time, they made that horoscope. Okay. Then they think, oh, everything is here. But totally wrong. Why? It is wrong time. Because we were born before that time. At what time? When we descend into the womb, that is the birth. After 8 or 9 or 10 months, then we come out from that womb. It is not the birth. The reason is, when there is birth, there is aging and death. Don't the infants die inside the womb? The reason is there is birth there. Think about this clear explanation. Okay. Then the second knowledge, what is the origin of birth? Now we have birth. Now we have to understand. How did we come to this life? This world. What is the origin? Yes? Yes, bhava. Bhava samudaya. Bhava means arranging of karma. The things we did by body, speech and mind in the past life. Because of that karma, then arise the birth. Okay. What is the cessation of birth? Now we have the birth, and then we know again and again we will have to be reborn. If you don't understand this process. So then if you want to escape from birth, what is the cessation of birth? Yes. Cessation of bhava, karma. Escaping from the process of karma. And there is a path. What is the path? It's the same Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. Then next group. Bhave Ñāṇa. Knowledge of bhava. Then the knowledge of the origin of bhava. Then the knowledge of the cessation of bhava. Knowledge of the way leading to the cessation of bhava. So what is the meaning of bhava? Arranging of karma. So here, arranging of karma to be ripened. Supreme Buddha explains the first knowledge. What is the meaning of bhava? There are 3 kinds of bhava. Okay? So keep in your mind very clearly, we are not born because of last thought. Have you heard about last thought? When the people die, according to their last thought, then they will take the birth. It is wrong. This is not the real teachings of the Buddha. Now you know the reason to the birth. What is the reason? Bhava. Arranging of karma. Think about like this. Let's suppose a murder. Okay? Or some cruel person. Okay? At his last moment, and his parents and friends invite a monk. Okay? Okay, preach him Dhamma. Don't allow him to think an unwholesome thought. Can we help him to be reborn in a good place? No. If it is so, what is the purpose of developing this Dhamma? According to his karma, the way he uses his body, speech and mind, he will be reborn. Let's suppose about a Sotapanna. He has escaped from bad words, okay? Now he has come to the last moment. Okay, his enemies and also they gather around him and then he say, can you remember me? I did this one to you. Okay? And blame and with harsh speech and cruel things to arouse the anger in his mind. Will he be reborn in a bad place? No. That background is eradicated by him. Which background? The background of which background? Yes. Though he thinks and though he uses his volition, the background which enable to give the birth in a bad world is not with him anymore. Because passion, hatred and delusion in the background to be reborn in a bad world, that background has been eradicated. He will not be reborn in a bad world. So last thought is not the problem. What is the cause? Bhava. Is it clear? Okay. Then three kinds of bhavas. Kama bhava. Kama bhava means the arranging of karma to be ripened in the sensual world with sensual pleasure. Human world, Deva's world, and then all the bad destinations. So now we are in the sensual world, karma loka. So what is the reason to come here? There was an arranging of karma in the past life to be reborn here. Then those karma accompanied us to this world. Is it clear? Okay. Then the first one is the sensual world. That arranging of karma to be ripened in the sensual world. That's why we came here. Actually we didn't come. That's karma. Yes. Gave that birth. It's a doctrine. Then second one, arranging of karma to be ripened in the form world. When someone develops the jhanas, meditative absorption, abandoning the sensual desire, then there is an arranging of karma to be ripened not in the sensual world, to be ripened in the form world, higher worlds. Then arranging of karma to be ripened in the formless world. When someone develops the formless jhanas, the higher meditative stages, then they will be reborn in such worlds. This is called the bhava. Is it clear now? Okay. Bhava means again volitional formations, karma. Is it clear? Okay. Then what is the second knowledge? What is the origin of bhava? What is the origin of bhava? Upadana. What is the origin? Upadana. Upadana means clinging. Okay. Now there should be clear understanding. Okay. What is the reason for aging and death? Birth. What is the reason for birth? Bhava. Okay. What is the reason for bhava? Upadana. Clinging. Buddha explains this is the cause. This is the origin of bhava. Clinging. Clinging is the origin. Then what is the cessation of bhava? The cessation of clinging. Then what is the path? Noble Eightfold Path. Is it clear? Okay, now think about the answer to all the cases. What is the answer? Noble Eightfold Path. Okay, then next step. The knowledge of clinging. Now you found that answer for the arranging of karma. Then again you have a question. Okay, the origin of the bhava of arranging of karma is clinging. So what is clinging? Because I want to escape from clinging. To do what? To escape from bhava. Why do you want to escape from bhava? To escape from birth. Why do you want to escape from birth? To escape from aging and death. Think about this interesting story of the life. Okay. The knowledge of clinging. Second knowledge. Knowledge of the origin of clinging. Third knowledge. Knowledge of the cessation of clinging. Next, knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of clinging. Okay. First answer. What is clinging? Attachment. Now don't think that these things are apart from our life only. We are discussing what kind of thing in next world, or where are these things under the ground, or in the ocean. Where are these things? Now, in this moment, present, all these things are with us, clinging. The first clinging is clinging to sensual pleasures, clinging to beautiful forms. Don't we have now? We have. Clinging to sweet voices. Don't we have now? We have. Clinging to odors. Smells. Clinging to taste, clinging to tangibles. This is the first clinging, first kind. Kama upadana. Is it clear? Now we have these things. At the first stage we have to understand, there is such a process in my life. Okay. The next one, clinging to view. View. That there is an eternal life after this life, or there will be nothing after this life. View. They have clung to those views. They do not know about this cause and effect system. Then clinging to roles and rituals, practices and those things, like praying to gods and horoscope, clinging, and any other practices. Ecstatic practices, Vruta, Sila Vruta. Is it clear? If there are any questions, then you can ask. Then I can clarify and explain. Because a lot of people, in these Western countries, they do not know about Noble Eightfold Path, but they want the liberation from suffering. I have heard that there is some community or some group. What do they do to achieve the liberation of suffering? They get together around a table and then they take a monkey, alive, and then they cut a square on the table, and the monkey from the down, then they remove that square, then taking some stick or some stone, then they hit to the head of that monk, then they kill, then there is a woman, that woman with a plate. Now another person comes and take the brain, pieces of brain, and so into that plate, and she eats. She thinks by doing this I will be able to attain Nibbana, liberation. Because they don't know about a Noble Eightfold Path. It is a ritual, vow. Okay, Silabbata Upadana. Then next one, Attavada Upadana. Clinging to the notion of self. Thinking, oh, there is a thing in this life, permanent thing that can be controlled. Is it clear? So this is the knowledge of clinging. So you should get this knowledge. Okay. Then the second knowledge. What is the origin of clinging? Now we have that clinging. Don't we have that clinging that of the sensual pleasures? We have. So then we must question, what is the origin? Because if there is the clinging for sensual pleasures or any other clinging as the self, it is a cause for another one. If there is clinging, then there is the bhava. If there is bhava, there is the birth. If there is birth, aging and death. That is why next moment, if we were to die, we will be reborn. The reason is, this clinging is with us now, this present moment. That is why we must question, okay, why is this clinging with me? What is the question? What is the origin of clinging? Isn't it? Okay, what is the origin of clinging? Tanha. Think about this discovery. Craving. Then what is the cessation of clinging? Cessation of tanha, craving. Okay, then what is the path that leading to the cessation of clinging? Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. Then we found an answer. What is the okay? Then the next group, Supreme Buddha explains again that there should be a knowledge, the knowledge of craving. Then we found that answer for the clinging. Then again there should be the clear understanding about craving. Knowledge of craving. What is craving? Okay. Then the second knowledge, the origin of craving. Third knowledge, the cessation of craving. Next knowledge, knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of craving. Okay. Now the answer. What is craving? What is craving? Desire. What is desire? Yes?
The desire to get something, want something.
What do you want? Form. Rupatanna. Craving for form. Craving for sound. Saddhatanna. When you say craving, you have to remember like this, okay? Craving for form, craving for sound, craving for smells, craving for taste, craving for tangible, craving for thoughts. How many kinds of cravings? 6 kinds of craving. This is divided as kama tanna, bhava tanna, and vibhava tanna again. Sensual. The craving for sensual pleasures, the craving for repeated existence. We have the craving to be reborn again and again. Don't we wish not to be reborn in the depth of our life, the depth of our heart? We have a craving because we think, okay, by taking the rebirth again and again, then we will be able to enjoy. That you ask from those grandmothers and grandfathers, don't you like to be reborn again? No, we want to be reborn. Because now this life is okay, now it's finished, we have to begin a new one. They say, they don't know about this process. Most of them. Okay, craving. The next knowledge, what is the origin of craving? Now don't we have that craving? We have craving for forms means craving for any kind of, now let's forms means not only about this body, anything which is derived from four great elements: earth element, water element, heat element and air element. Okay, form. Now let's consider, let's suppose a car. When you say beautiful car, oh, new one, what is there? Iron, rubber, cushion, four elements, plastic, four elements. Okay, form. But don't we have the desire for that car? Because we perceive that car as a car, not as four elements. We perceive a body as a body, not as four elements. That's why we have that craving. And we perceive those forms with the notion of self. Self is the base for cultivate the craving with the help of ignorance. Because we say, I want to enjoy, I want to experience. So there is a person here. We have built a person called I. Then we want to satisfy that I. But there isn't an I. There is not such a person. But this illusion is like a hard shell. Again and again, we'll have to be reborn with this hard shell. But if we can get this knowledge in this very life, then there is the opportunity to break that shell. Is it clear? Okay, then what is the second knowledge? What is the origin of craving? Now we know about craving. Okay, we have craving. Then we have a question. Why do I have this desire for these impermanent things? Yes? What is the origin of craving? Vedana. Feeling. How can you understand this one? Now, didn't you do this research? Didn't you do this investigation in your life? You go to your own room and you sit there on the bed or chair. Then you investigate. Okay, I have this craving. What is the reason for this craving? Okay, you check. Feeling. Feeling means when we perceive something, then it gives a gratification to us. It is called the feeling, the gratification of that feeling. So we have desire to that gratification, to enjoy with that gratification. Can you understand? So when you see a form, there is a feeling. Can you understand? Now when you open your eyes, when you look at this statue, then your eye and then this statue and the consciousness, contact. Okay, then you feel, there is a feeling. There is a feeling. What kind of feeling? Pleasant, unpleasant or neutral? What kind of feeling? When I look at this statue, I feel a pleasant feeling. Oh, this statue is on behalf to remind my great teacher. Then I can remind the great qualities of my teacher. Don't you think so? Okay, pleasant feeling. When you look at this wall, again there is a feeling. What kind of feeling? Neutral. When you look at, when you go there now, you think, oh, some robbers, they have come and broken the glass of your vehicle. What kind of feeling? unpleasant feeling. Okay, but the thing here, in any kind of feeling, at the background there is the craving to have the pleasant feeling or to escape from unpleasant feeling. Craving. Okay, so 6 kinds of feelings. Now we say, oh, pleasant, unpleasant, and simply, but these feelings are in the 6 sense bases. Can you understand? So you remember like this. What is the first kind of feeling? The feeling arises from the contact of eye. Think about this explanation of the Buddha. Okay, you say about the second kind of feeling. The feeling arises from the contact of ear. Third one, you open your mouth. Next one, contact of the last part I can't. Next, okay. What is the cessation of craving? Cessation of feeling. Cessation of feeling. Then what is the path to escape from this feeling? Noble Eightfold Path. Okay, now again we have an answer. Feeling. Oh, feeling is the world of feeling. World of feeling. My world is the world of feeling. Isn't it? Always there is a feeling. Maybe pleasant, unpleasant, no unpleasant. But the most important thing is, can we control the feeling? Okay, I want to experience the pleasant feelings. Can we control? That is the selflessness nature. Okay. Then next knowledge. Now we have the answer up to this point. What is the answer? Feeling. Okay, now the next knowledge of feeling. What is feeling? Okay. Then what is the origin of feeling? Next one. What is the cessation of feeling? Next one. The knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of feeling. Okay. We discuss about the feeling. We have that knowledge. Then second knowledge. What is the origin of feeling? We discussed when we talked about the statue, looking at the statue. Yeah? Contact. What's the origin of contact? What's the origin of feeling? Contact. Then what is the cessation of feeling? Cessation of contact. Then what is the path to the cessation of feeling? Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. Now we have an answer. Okay. Now we have feeling. Okay. Every time we have a feeling. If we have a feeling, then there is the next one. What is the next one? We cannot escape from the next one. If there is a feeling, definitely there is the next one. What is the next one? Because of feeling, craving arises. I am not going to give an examination, question paper or something like that. You have to keep these things in your mind. So you must investigate. Okay. Because of feeling, craving arises. Now we have feeling, craving, both. Because of craving, clinging arises. Okay. Don't be like that parrot parrots. Okay, you must investigate about your own life. Okay, feeling, craving, then clinging. Because of clinging, our volitional formations. Then having clung to something, maybe a form, sound or something, then you want to satisfy that one. To satisfy your life, you want to get that. If you want to get that, you use your body to do something, to get that satisfaction. Then you speak, use your words. Then you think. If you use your body, speech and mind by harming to others, by killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, saying lies, malicious speech, by malicious speech, gossip and harsh speech, and then thinking to harm something, anger, and then the greed, hatred, ill will, and those things, that unwholesome karma will produce a birth, produce a karma to give the birth in a bad birth. This is the process. If you do wholesome things like generosity, listening to Dhamma, practicing precepts, and preaching to elders, and respecting to monks, and then developing the wise consideration, when you do these wholesome things, again they will be arranging the karma to be ripened in a pleasant world. This is the process. Okay. Now we have contact up to this point. Then next knowledge. What is contact? What is the origin of contact? Because we have contact now as the answer of this question paper. Okay. Then what is the cessation of contact? Then what is the path leading to the cessation of contact? Okay. Now we can't escape from feeling. Now, though you don't like to listen to this discourse, not the discourse, my talk, because these discourses are great, okay? Don't you like to listen to my talk, though you close your eyes, you can't escape from feeling. Then some thought will come to your mind, maybe pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So don't think to escape from that way. Okay? Let's try to understand this puzzle. This is the way that giving the answer to escape from that puzzle. It is not a puzzle anymore. Okay? Okay, what is the contact? What is the contact? If you give answers, then I can stop. Because then I will know, oh, you know these things. So it is up to you. Contact. Puzzle. Okay, I have to teach. Contact means, remember, meeting three factors together. Tinnang Sangati Passo. Meeting three factors. What are the three factors? I, form, consciousness of I. Contact. Dependent on the contact, then feeling arises. If there is the pleasant nature of that contact, then what kind of feeling? Pleasant feeling will arise. Then, but with the cessation of that contact, that pleasant feeling will cease. We cannot get that feeling doesn't last. It will disappear. Unpleasant feeling also the same way. That's why the noble disciple doesn't cry when an unpleasant feeling comes to his life. He knows this unpleasant feeling is dependent on the unpleasant contact. This contact is impermanent, subject to change. If I cling to this Unpleasant feeling, the meaning is, I am going to control the feeling, but I can't control. Dependent on contact, feeling arises. Can you understand? That's why when you are watching the television, then you want to watch some drama or something like that. Then your mother comes and then turn the channel to the news and then you blame to your mother. What is the reason? Changing of contact. Then you are experiencing a pleasant feeling because of that pleasant contact, but then it changed. Then unpleasant feeling. You don't want to listen to the news and all those things. Unpleasant feeling. Then you blame. But the thing is, with that blaming to mother, yes, there is an arranging of karma, bad karma. Think about the process of watching television. Not a simple thing. Okay. So then what is the contact of ear? And then you go there, here and there to the Shoppers Drug Mart and anywhere buy with that headphone, the phone and all those things. Okay, this is the process. What is the process? Ear, sound, consciousness of the ear, then feeling. Nose, contact of nose, smell, consciousness of nose, tongue, consciousness, body, tangible, and the consciousness, mind, thought, consciousness. This is the way not to worry, not to be sad. If you have this knowledge, when an unwholesome, sorrowful thought comes to your mind, now how do you react to that thought? Now you close your door in the room and shutting, then you go to the bed and then take the pillow and then cry. This is the normal situation. But if you have this knowledge, you know, oh, this unpleasant feeling of the mind, this is dependently arising. There is the reason. What is the reason? Unpleasant contact. But this contact is not an eternal one. I need not to cry. This contact will go away. Impermanent. Then you will laugh. Then the others will be surprised. Oh, he is a great person. He doesn't cry. This is the way to be a noble disciple. Okay, now we discuss about contact and then contact. Then what is the origin of contact? Can't we escape from the contact? Because if there is a contact, definitely there will arise a feeling, then craving. Like this process will go up to the arranging of karma. What is the origin of contact? Then you must do that experiment. Now you are in a laboratory, and you can remind some situation. Think about that watching television. What is the origin of contact? Where is the contact? In the six senses. So origin is six sense faculties. Ayatana. As you have an eye, there is the contact of eye. This is the thing. As you have an ear, there is the contact of ear. Okay, six sense faculties. Then what is the cessation of contact? If you haven't an eye, no problem. Isn't it? If you haven't an ear, no one will blame you. Can you imagine such a life? We cannot even imagine. But Arahant is such a person. He hasn't such six faculties. Six faculties have been understood and the ignorance has been abandoned. Anyone can blame, no problem. Anyone can praise, he will not take. No one can arouse the anger in his mind. That's why one day, little means here that Arahant attained the liberation at the very like 7 or something like that, age of 7. Okay, little child, as a little child. So then the robbers, they caught to kill. He is laughing. Then the robbers, they are very surprised and they ask, why are you laughing? Then that Arahant gave the answer, because the death means disease for me, and that disease is not with me anymore. I have escaped from that illness. And if you want this body to do something, you can take. I do not worry about that one. And if you escape me, I am not happy, special happy. I have a special happiness about that one. You can do as you think. What do you think about such an answer? When you go there on the bus and if someone speak to you or someone push you, and you will look at him. Okay, because you think, oh, this body is mine. What are you going to do with attacking me like that? So then those robbers, they, oh, wonderful and marvelous. We want to be like that, to laugh at the death. Okay, then they gave up all the weapons and all those things, and then they went to the Blessed One with that Arahant and 500 robbers, and they became monks, attain Arahancy. Okay, so the laughing life before the death. What is the cessation of contact? Cessation of six faculties. So the meaning is, if someone understood the contact and the six faculties, no one can arouse passion, ill will, or any kind of defilement in his life, because he hasn't a perception about these six faculties as himself. Only he sees the arising of causes and arising of effects, and then the ceasing of causes and the ceasing of effects. Okay. Then what is the path to escape from the contact? Noble Eightfold Path. Now we have an answer now. What is the answer? Oh, problem is six faculties. Oh, problem is my own eye, my own ear, my own nose. That when someone blames to you, if you can think, oh, problem is my ear, if you can think in that way, no problem. Nothing is worry. But can we think like that? No. We think, oh, he blamed me, I'll do good thing to him. We think is that way. Because we think, oh, his eye is mine. Oh, we have that perception as I is mine, so we think he blamed to me. We don't understand only a contact and feeling. Okay? So this is not a thing like this. Okay, today we discuss this thing. Okay, next week I have to be ready to the examination. Okay, today I learn this one and I keep aside and I have to prepare for the examination. Not such a thing. Today if you learn this thing, from next moment you can practice this. Then suffering will not be with you. Because children, they come here saying that, oh, I hope such marks, high marks on the examination, but I couldn't get, so I am very sad. Why this? They don't know about this impermanent nature of the things, the selflessness nature. So you also have to face for such situations. So you can apply this process. It is the way to live happily. Real happiness is there. Okay. Now we discuss about the 6 faculties. Okay, now we have that answer. Then what is the next set? Knowledge of 6 faculties, then the knowledge of the origin of 6 faculties. Good question. The new question. Why do I have this eye? Who gave this eye to me? You must question. Who gave this ear to me? Who gave this nose, tongue? Who gave this body to me? Okay. Then others, they have the answer. What is the answer? God gave. It's a simple answer. If you can think so, then it does not need to learn these things and practice good things and bad things. Okay, if you gave me, okay, you take. You can say like that. Do they take? Do the God take? Does the God take? No. And that's why in Sri Lanka, one father, and he was bravely ill, called fever. Then not a Buddhist. So for so many years he had to suffer from that illness. Then when he was about to die, then he blamed to the God. Okay, you created me and then you gave this fever to me. Like that. Because there isn't an answer. But now we have an answer. Now we are going to have that answer. What is the answer? What is the origin of these 6 faculties? The next one. What is the cessation of the 6 faculties? Then the knowledge of the power leading to the cessation of 6 faculties. Okay, what is the 6 faculties? What are the 6 faculties? Eye, ear. Okay. Next one. What is the origin of 6 faculties? Think about this question. Great question. What is the origin? Who is the owner of the 6 faculties? And you will say, I am the owner of my 6 faculties. What are you asking? Okay. But though you don't know about the danger of that answer, saying that, oh, I am the owner. One day, like here, the Buddha was explaining about the 6 faculties. Oh monks, you don't think these 6 faculties as yours. These 6 faculties are impermanent and not yours, not yourself. You try to understand these six faculties are not mine, not myself. Like this, okay? Then at that moment, those monks, they are eagerly listening to that teaching to understand. Oh, this is a great teaching. Then Mara, evil one, noticed this. Then Mara noticed, oh, now these monks are about to attain the liberation. I must go there to break their concentration. Okay, then Mara, others they cannot understand Mara, identify, and then at once there is a farmer there. Okay, with all those instruments and how to call those things? Nagula and you do know the English word? Farmer's instrument. How do I know if you don't know? Okay. So then those monks, they looked, oh, farmer is here. Then he asked a question from Buddha. Oh, did you see my buffaloes? Then the Buddha understood, this is not a farmer, this is Mara, evil one, and he has come to break the concentration of the monks. Then the Buddha said, I don't know about your buffaloes. You found your buffaloes. Okay. Then Mara said again, oh blessed one, your eye is mine. Okay. If someone say to you, your eye is mine, then he will ask, what I am saying? This eye is mine. Okay. Then Mara says again, your ear is mine, your nose is mine, your tongue is mine, your body is mine, your mind is mine. Then the blessed one said, yes, exactly. This eye is yours, not mine. These six faculties are yours, not mine. Okay, then Mara understood, oh, this blessed one, I cannot capture him. Then Mara says, blessed one, if someone thinks that these six faculties, he is the owner of the six faculties. If someone thinks these six faculties are his, he is mine, then who is the owner of our life? Mara. He controls our life. How does he control? He explains the way of his controlling. He explains with these six faculties, having seen a form, having heard a sound, having smelled an odor, having tasted a flavor, having touched a tangible. If someone gives the opportunity to arouse anger, passion, desire, and such things in his mind, then at that moment I live with him. His mind has been captured by me. He is controlled by me at that moment. Can you understand? So keep in your mind, when the anger and the passion, desire, lust or something like that in our life, I am not the controller of the life in that occasion. Who is the controller? Mara. Then you will do unwholesome things. It is the way to be reborn again and again. He will not help us to escape from samsara. But if you have the knowledge, then it will lead us to understand the process. Okay. Anyway, six faculties. Then next question. What is the next group? Now it's very near to the liberation. Okay. Don't think that it's too late and like that. liberation means only from the verbal examination. Okay. And then you have to investigate to achieve the real liberation. Okay. Okay. Then what is this origin of six faculties? Now we discuss about the owner. Okay. Who is the owner? What is the origin? Cause. There is a cause. There isn't a creator or designer of these six faculties. Are you the owner of the six faculties? If you are owner, then you will think, oh, I want such an eye, beautiful eye, big eye, like that. Or otherwise you will say, I want such a body, beautiful, handsome, like that. But do we satisfy with our faculties? No. No one satisfied. Because we cannot control. Then the cause is the origin of the six faculties. The great teacher Supreme Buddha understood mentality and materiality. Nama Rupa. This is the builder. So what is the origin of the six faculties? Nama Rupa. I will explain these things. These are not difficult things. Now we have these things because we have eye. So we have in the background of the eye, we can understand these things. Nama Rupa. Okay, what is the cessation of six faculties? So, cessation of Nama Rupa, mentality and materiality. Then what is the path to the cessation of the six faculties? Noble Eightfold Path. That is why by suiciding and by jumping to a river, by jumping from a bridge, we cannot escape from this problem. Destroying six faculties like that. Why? The reason is mentality and materiality. Dependent on mentality and materiality, six faculties arise. So it will arise elsewhere. Mentality and materiality. Namarupa. Okay. Because there is a path to escape from the six faculties. What is the path? Noble Eightfold Path. That's why when you listen, if you listen to part from this course, let's suppose there is a person there and he listen, oh, the problem is six faculties. Okay, then he goes and take the knife. Okay, so I must cut my ear. I must cut my eye. Can a person escape from that way? No. So listen to the whole description, okay? You don't sleep and don't pay your attention here and there. Path is Noble Eightfold Path to escape from the six faculties. Okay. Now we have an answer. Mentality and materiality. Now what is the next group of questions? Knowledge. The Ñāṇavatthusutta, cases of the knowledge. Now you have vast knowledge about this life, isn't it? You ask from your mother and father, and they will be very happy. Okay. Knowledge of mentality and materiality. Next one, knowledge of the origin of mentality and materiality. Next one, knowledge of the cessation of mentality and materiality. Next, yes, knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of six faculties. Because we have to gain this knowledge. There was a grandmother in the hospital, and because of cancer, her tongue has been removed. Okay. So now she hasn't a tongue. But when our Loku Swaminatha visited her, she can't talk. She writes on the papers and one piece of paper, then she writes, life is suffering. Okay. Then the next paper she writes. Then the person, he asks, what do you like to eat? Okay. Then she writes, I like to eat follows. Yes. Yes, follows. She hasn't a tongue. But though she hasn't a tongue, doesn't she have the craving? Yes. There will be another tongue. Next slide. We cannot escape from this the samsara without understanding. Okay. Mentality and materiality. Now next knowledge. What is mentality and materiality? Mentality and materiality means the origin of this I. If we can understand this one, then we will understand, this is the reason for this I. This I is not an eternal one. It's dependently arising. Remember, materiality means, can you understand that one? Material means physical thing. This means four great elements. This I derives from earth element, water element, heat element, and air element. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. Can't we understand that one? If you can remove this I, don't remove. If you can remove, you'll understand. These are the things, hard things. Okay. Do we have only the four great elements in the I? So then what is the difference between a dead I and you I?
The dead I only has materiality.
Yes. That dead I doesn't perceive anything. You have the ability to perceive. That's called mentality. There are 5 factors. Those 5 factors are known as mentality. These are the things. So now when you listen to this and then you understand, these are the things in the background of my I. What are the things? Feeling. Can't you understand that through our I, there is a feeling? Perception of forms. Can't we understand that? Can understand. Then volition. Having seen a form, don't we think about that form? Volition. Contact. Isn't there the contact behind the I? Yes. Then the attention. Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa, Manasikara. This is the builder of the I. He is the builder of the I. Who is the builder of the I? Mentality and materiality. This is the origin of the I. Now you repeat it. What is the mentality and materiality? Vedana. You repeat Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa, Manasikara. Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Phassa, Manasikara. 5 things. And not only those things, and then the materiality. Elements. Okay. In English, what is the meaning of mentality? Feeling, perception, volition, contact, attention. Is it clear? Okay. When you are in a sleep, when you are sleeping, what is the process? Is there an active I there? Does the consciousness arise there? Okay. Think about, now you are sleeping and your brother or sister plays some sweet song or something like that. Can you listen? Why can't you listen? Why can't you cognize that sound? Now you have to investigate. When you are sleeping, opening your mouth, when your brother or sister and someone must have come, put a piece of cake. Can you taste that cake? No. Why? You haven't paid the attention to that situation. Okay, we can discuss from the next stage. Okay, anyway, mentality and materiality is the origin of the six faculties, not a god or something like that. Okay, not by chance, because of cause. Then what is the cessation of six faculties? How can we escape from the six faculties? Cessation of Nāma-rūpa, cessation of mentality and materiality. And what is the path to escape from the six faculties? Noble Eightfold Path. And then, okay, now we have the answer, mentality and materiality. Okay, because of mentality and materiality, we have then you go the backward. Six faculties. Now we have, because of six faculties, there is the contact. Okay. Because of the contact, feeling arises. Now we have that. Because of the feeling, craving arises. Again, craving is with us now in this present moment. Because of the craving, because of feeling, craving arises. Because of clinging, clinging arises. And we discuss these things in detail. Because of clinging, karma, bhava arises. Because of bhava, arranging of karma, birth arises. Because of birth, aging ending. Don't we have aging now? We have to face for the death. Okay. What is the reason for this process now? Someone can think. In the past, not in the past life, okay, we have to understand the present condition now. Now we have all these things in this present life. Okay, Nāma-rūpa, now we discuss up to this level. Okay, then come again. What is the reason for aging and death? This is the noble research, okay. This is the, okay, birth. I explained as the noble research. When the Western, when something, I don't know because I have heard, when they are said, okay, now you have a big problem with aging and mental suffering, physical suffering, don't you try to escape from it? No, those things are natural things. Those things are natural things, it's truth. But we have to escape from those things. That is the problem. So we must think as a noble disciple, cause and effect system. Okay, what is the reason for aging and death? Birth. What is the reason for birth? Arranging of karma, bhava. What is the reason for bhava? Clinging. What is the reason for clinging? Craving. What is the reason for craving? Feeling. What is the reason for feeling? Contact. What is the reason for contact? Six faculties. What is the reason for six faculties? Mentality and materiality. What is the mentality and materiality? We discussed. What is the origin of mentality and materiality? Consciousness. Viññāna. What is the cessation of mentality and materiality? Cessation of consciousness. This is very important, okay. Then what is the way to the leading to the cessation of mentality and materiality? Noble Eightfold Path. Then next question. Now it's near to liberation, okay. What is consciousness? What is consciousness? Then what is consciousness? No. We can develop the mindfulness to understand the consciousness. Sorry? No, we can develop the awareness to understand the real nature of consciousness. Dvayam paticca bhikkhave viññānasya sambhava. It is the origin. consciousness means cognize. Vijanati. Cognize. We cognize things. What do we cognize? We cognize form. That is called consciousness of I. Can you understand now? Chakku viññāna. Consciousness of I. Consciousness of ear. Cognizing sounds. How many consciousness are there? 6 consciousness. Consciousness of I. Then you must say ear. Consciousness of tongue. Mind. Is there a consciousness like political consciousness or social consciousness? Now people use such words, okay, in Sri Lanka, Luxon, and yes. There are not such consciousness, okay. Only these 6 types of consciousness, okay. This is the consciousness. And do you know the nature of consciousness? Mayupamanchanya. Consciousness is like a magical illusion. Magician. Now we have not only one magician. How many magicians? 6 magicians with us. When we see a form, oh, magic. Yes. Supreme Buddha explains. When we hear a sound, oh, exhibition of magical illusion. Okay, like magician. And other thing is, remember, there is not an alone consciousness. There is not a consciousness that goes life to life. There is not a such a thing. Because consciousness is dependently arisen. Can you understand? Now you can understand. Consciousness is the origin of the mentality and materiality. If there is consciousness somewhere, then it is not an alone consciousness. There is the mentality and materiality. There is not an alone consciousness that goes life to life. It is wrong. If there is consciousness somewhere, with that consciousness there is the form, feeling, perception, all the 5 aggregates of clinging, volitional formations. Can you understand? But the meaning of when the consciousness comes into a womb means not an alone consciousness. Take the birth means appearance of 5 aggregates of clinging in the womb, mother's womb. Is it clear? Okay. Then what is the consciousness? What is the origin of consciousness? We discuss about consciousness. Origin of consciousness? Sankhara. Okay, Sankhara means I will use the same Pali word, okay, for the Sankhara. Sankhara. Okay, origin. What is the origin of the consciousness? Sankhara. Now what is the cessation of consciousness? Cessation of Sankhara. What is the path leading to the cessation of consciousness? Noble Eightfold Path. Think about all the questions. For the question answer is Noble Eightfold Path. Okay. Next, the last one. Okay, of this investigation, Supreme Buddha's investigation. This investigation is not for now. You do experiments, researches, and those things for in universities and those things. You spend so many hours and lives. Now my friends, they have come out from the universities and after finishing all that, now they are finding for a job, seeking for a job, but they haven't a job. And all of us, we are facing for the aging. Now we have finished half of the normal lifespan. We don't know that we will have to die tomorrow. So don't think that this time is very important to you when you listen Dhamma. Otherwise, when you spend your time to do any other things, to learn other things, that time will not come with you to give an assurance to your life, real assurance. So you are very lucky to listen to this Dhamma having come in this busy environment. Okay, next question. What is Sankhara? And there should be a knowledge, Ñāṇavatthusutta. There should be a knowledge, knowledge of Sankhara. Is it clear? Then second one, knowledge of the origin of Sankhara. Knowledge of the cessation of Sankhara. Next one, knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of Sankhara. Okay. What is Sankhara? Now in this life we have Kaya Sankhara, breathing. Think about this discovery. In and out breathing. Because we think, oh, I breathe in, I breathe out. Breathing, okay? What is Sankhara? What is Sankhara means? The first one is bodily Sankhara, in and out breathing. Then verbal Sankhara. Verbal Sankhara means Vitakka Vichara. Vitakka Vichara means before we talk, we arrange that words as thought. Those are called applied thought and sustained thought. We think and we again and again we think. Vitakka Vichara. But we think, oh, I think, I speak, like that, okay? Because the reason, Supreme Buddha explains the reason for that notion of I, self. Next Sankhara, Chitta Sankhara. Chitta Sankhara means Vedana Sanya, feeling and perception with ignorance, okay? This is Sankhara. Then next question, what is the origin of Sankhara? Next question, what is the cessation of Sankhara? Next one, what is the path leading to the cessation of Sankhara? Okay, before the last one, okay. Now we have a question. Okay, what is the origin of Sankhara? Now we discuss about Sankhara. What is the origin of Sankhara? Ignorance, not understanding the Four Noble Truths. What is the ignorance? Avijja. What is the meaning of avijja? Not knowing the Four Noble Truths. This is the root. Because this process, Supreme Buddha closed this process from this point. Not the Supreme Buddha closes, but this is the end of this process. This life. Okay. Not knowing the Four Noble Truths means he hasn't a knowledge of suffering. What kind of thing? Suffering. Now we got the knowledge today about suffering. And he hasn't a knowledge about the origin of suffering. He doesn't know about this paticca samuppada. This is called avijja. Don't you know now? You know about the origin of suffering. Next one, he hasn't the knowledge about the cessation of suffering. He doesn't know the way of ceasing of suffering. Don't you know now? You know. He hasn't the knowledge about the path as a noble eightfold path to escape from suffering. Don't you know? You know about that path, okay? And what is the cessation of Sankhara? Cessation of ignorance. And what is the path to the cessation of Sankhara? Noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of Sankhara. Okay. So now this is the root of this process. Now we came to the root. What is the root? With the help of the extraordinary knowledge of the Buddha. What is the root? Avijja, ignorance. Now you say, because of ignorance, dependent on ignorance, sankhara arises. The meaning is, with not knowing the Four Noble Truths, not knowing the reality, we breathe in and breathe out. We use a physical body with ignorance, with the notion of self, saying I, me, mine, like that, okay? With ignorance, we speak words. With ignorance, we feel. With ignorance, we perceive. Kaya sankhara, vachi sankhara, chitta sankhara. Okay, dependent on sankhara, consciousness arises. Leading an ignorant life, we open our eyes to see form. Then consciousness arises. Again, that ignorance is there in that consciousness. Okay? Dependent on consciousness, 6 consciousness. Then mentality and materiality arises. Dependent on mentality and materiality, 6 senses arises. Dependent on 6 senses, contact arises. Dependent on contact, feeling arises. Dependent on feeling, craving arises. Dependent on craving, clinging arises. Dependent on clinging, bhava, arranging of karma arises. Because dependent on bhava, birth arises. Because dependent on birth, aging and death arises. Think about this wonderful, this explanation. හෙළිදරවුද මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? Discovery, noble discovery, wonderful, marvelous discovery. Now we have a root. Otherwise, we will know. Now when you face with any kind of situation, then you will have an answer. When you face with any kind of suffering, you have an answer. What is the answer? Birth. Otherwise, all people, they will blame to the outer world. You will not blame. You will understand the life. Okay? So, at the end of this discourse, then Srimad explains, when a noble disciple possesses this knowledge. Now, how many cases of knowledge today you? 44 cases of knowledge, not 2, 3 or something like that. Not about 20, but more than 40, 44 knowledge. Okay. When the noble disciple thus understands paticca samuppada, dependent origination, selfless nature, cause and effect system, like this, he has a special knowledge. That knowledge is called Dhamme Ñāṇa. How to call this knowledge? Dhamme Ñāṇa. Dhamme Ñāṇa means understand that this knowledge of principle. Dhamme Ñāṇa. Now you have this knowledge. Now the noble disciple applies this knowledge, this method to the past and the future. Can you understand? How can you apply? In this way, it explains, whoever in the past understood this process, they did in the same way that I understand now. And then apply to the future. In the future, whoever will understand this paticca samuppada, he will understand the same way. Yes, that now I understand. What is the meaning of this one? In the past also, the reason was aging and death. What is the reason? What was the reason for aging and death? Birth. In the past also, if someone escaped from If someone understood the origin of aging and death, what was the origin? Birth. In the past also, if someone escaped from aging and death, how did he escape? Escaping from birth. In the past also, if someone escaped from aging and death and whole mass of suffering, how did he escape? By following the Noble Eightfold Path. In the future also, if someone is born, he will have to face for aging and death. In the future, if someone escapes from aging and death, how will he escape? Escaping from birth. In the future also, if someone wants to escape from aging and death, how will he be able to escape? By following the Noble Eightfold Path. Think about this doctrine. What is the Noble Eightfold Path? Right view, Sammaditthi. Okay, I'll say in Pali, you say in English, Sammaditthi. Okay. Right view, right understanding. Here again, right view means knowledge of Four Noble Truths. This is the key factor, the first gate. Okay. Samma Sankappa. You must say right intention, right thought. Samma Vacha. Right speech. Samma Kammanta. Right action. Samma Ajiva. Right livelihood. Samma Vayama. Right effort. Samma Sati. Right mindfulness. Samma Samadhi. Right concentration. Okay. Now you will be able to come to this stream. This stream is called Sota. How it's called? Sota. Noble Eightfold Path is known as Sota. When someone enters to this stream or this river, how can he escape? Having come to the right view. What is the right view? Knowledge of these cases. Today we discussed. Having entered to the right view, then he entered to the stream. Entered means apanna. What is the meaning of Sota? Noble Eightfold Path. Apanna means entered. Now, Sotapanna. Sotapanna means stream entered. Is it clear? Okay. This is the meaning. Okay. Now Supreme Buddha explains this knowledge by applying to the past and to the future. This knowledge is called Anvaya Ñāṇa. What is the basic knowledge? Dhamme Ñāṇa, the knowledge of the principle. And applying to the past and the future, Anvaya Ñāṇa. Anvaya Ñāṇa means the knowledge of entailment or application. Okay. So then when a noble disciple has purified and cleansed those two kinds of knowledge, think about this, the conclusion. Ayam uchyate bhikkave arisako ditti sampanno iti. That noble disciple is called as a noble disciple who is accomplished in right view. Dassana sampanno iti. Accomplished in right vision. Agato imak saddhammang iti. Right, the noble disciple who has arrived in this noble Dhamma. Passati imang saddhammang iti. The noble disciple has seen this Dhamma. Sekena Ñāṇena samannāgato iti. The noble disciple who has the knowledge of the training, as a training in this noble Dhamma, who sees the Four Noble Truths. Dhamma Sotang Samapanno, who has entered to the stream of noble Dhamma, Nibbedika Panyo, Ariyo Nibbedika Panyo Itipi, who has the knowledge to attain the liberation by disenchanting. Because disenchanting means when the noble disciple has this knowledge, causes and effects, then he will think, oh, nothing is the thing in this world. Everything is dependently arise and causes. This is a special wisdom. This is the last sentence. Amata dwaram ahaccha tichati itipiti. That noble disciple is known as who stands squarely near the door to the deathless. Now where are you? Near the door to the deathless. Why? Supreme Buddha explains, if a noble disciple has these two kinds of knowledge, Dhamme-ñāṇam and Anve-ñāṇam, with the help of this knowledge of dependent origination, Amatassa dwaram ahaccha tiṭṭhati. He is the noble disciple who stands squarely near the door of the deathless, Nibbana, liberation. Okay. So, not a simple thing. This will lead you to escape from suffering maximum from 7 lives. But don't think to be reborn again and again in this samsara. You think to escape from this repeated cycle of birth and death. You use your mindfulness, effort, and all skills, wisdom to understand this process. Now, what do you think about today knowledge? Don't you think that it's a great knowledge on this earth? It's a great knowledge. Okay. So I like to bless you. May have the opportunity to establish the confidence, especially about this extraordinary knowledge of the great teacher in the world, Supreme Buddha. Having established the unshakable confidence about the knowledge of Buddha and having entered to the stream as a Sotapanna stream entrant, may have the opportunity to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Especially to you today, you could listen to all these things because of the compassion of our teacher Loku Swamin Wahanse, because Loku Swamin Wahanse explained all these things simply to understand. Let's share merit with our Loku Swamin Wahanse. May our Loku Swamin Wahanse have the opportunity to understand Four Noble Truths in this very life. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. If you have any questions, you can ask. Can you remember those things? Huh? Satyajnana. Satyajnana means noble disciple has the knowledge that as these Four Noble Truths are exactly true. It's called Satyajnana. And he has a knowledge. The Buddha has taught about suffering. Exactly. It is true. In my life. And it in others' life. And he has explained the way of arising of suffering. Today we discussed. Then that noble disciple has an unshakable confidence. Exactly, the suffering arises in that way, not in another way. And Buddha has explained the liberation. Now at the end of this liberation, by attaining the Noble Eightfold Path, attaining the Nibbana, it is the cessation of suffering. that noble disciple has an unshakable confidence, exactly, liberation of suffering is that. Then about the path. When he has an unshakable confidence, only path, one and only path to escape from suffering is Noble Eightfold Path. If someone has that unshakable confidence regarding the Four Noble Truths as true, it's called Satya Jnana. That knowledge is with Sotapanna. Any questions? You give the answer for this question paper. Okay? I mean, you investigate again and again, causes, effects and things. And then you ask from others. If you can't remember, then clear something. 5 aggregates of clinging means the result of the process of dependent origination. Can you understand? Because of the process of this dependent origination, what is the result? 5 aggregates of clinging. Again and again there is the arranging of causes in this dependent origination. Now in our life, isn't that arranging of that causes again and again? All the causes up to the bow, or we have ignorance, sankhara, vijnana, namarupa and all. The 5 aggregates of clinging means the result of this process. First one is material form aggregate. This physical body. Form aggregate of clinging. Is it clear? Second one, feeling aggregate of clinging. Vedana upadana. First one, rupa upadana kanda, vedana upadana kanda. Third one, perception aggregate of clinging. Sanya upadana kanda. Next one, sankhara upadana kanda. Volitional formation, aggregate of clinging. Next one, vijnana upadana kanda. Consciousness aggregate of clinging. These are the. So, before attaining the arahantship, other all noble disciples, I mean Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, all those disciples have 5 aggregates of clinging. But when one becomes an arahant, he has only the 5 aggregates without clinging. Can you understand? When he attains parinibbana, then all the physical body and those things will now will go with the lemurs and lying down the body and that thing, and then the cessation of feeling and all the things. And then now consciousness is dependently arising. Ignorance is not there. So the consciousness has ceased. So, like the burns out of a lamp. Nothing is going here and there after the parinibbana. That is why they haven't this knowledge. Now you have the knowledge. What is the cause for the consciousness? And combination, Nāma-rūpa and consciousness. Nāma-rūpa paccaya vijñāna, then again vijñāna paccaya Nāma-rūpa. This combination is there. So there is not an alone consciousness, Buddha explains. Now in the Arahant's life, mentality and materiality have been ceased. So there is not an consciousness. Means the ignorance consciousness. Consciousness aggregate is there without clinging. Okay? So, it will not be a cause for another birth. Some people, they cannot understand this dependently horizon situation. They say, oh, Buddha's consciousness is going here and there in this sky, and Arahant's consciousness going here and there in this sky. Is it possible? No, because there is not an alone consciousness. If there is consciousness somewhere, there should be other four aggregates: form, feeling, perception, and volitional formation. If there are five aggregates of clinging somewhere, has he escaped from suffering? No. So he, according to his idea, the Arahants, they haven't escaped from suffering. They collect a lot of demerit. Okay. Any questions? Who is the owner of the six faculties? Keep in your mind, Mara, evil one. It's the owner, okay? So be careful. So, your little daughters, could you understand? If you could understand one thing, please can you say me? Now your elder brothers and elder sisters, they know about 44 cases of knowledge. If you have one case of knowledge, yes, you can answer. Okay, I will ask from one by one. From this corner, you say, yes. What are the six faculties? Good. You have listened. Okay, sun. Sun. You are you a sun? Okay, Sadhun. Who is our great teacher? Good. Why are we going for reviews to Buddha? Okay, ask him that question. Why are we going for reviews to Buddha saying Buddhang Saranang Gacchami? Sorry? To what? What does he say? Why don't you say that I am going for retreat to my father? Why don't you say that I am going for retreat to my father? Or then you say I am going for retreat to Buddha? Can your father help you to escape from suffering? No, good. But you believe, you have the confidence that Supreme Buddha can help you to do what? To escape from suffering. Good. Through what? Now, Supreme Buddha is not with us today. How can he escape? How can he help to escape from suffering? Good. Very good. Through the Dhamma teachings. Okay, that's why we say Dhamma Saranang Gacchami. And then we think I am a noble disciple of Buddha and I follow the way the Arahants. They understood the life. Saying Sangha Saranang Gacchami. Okay. Next. Do you like to escape from aging? No, you. Yes? Good. How can you escape from aging?
You have to follow the Noble Eightfold Path.
Good. Okay. Is there anyone to give to give answers? Yes, I do not like to ask questions. Okay. One more question. Next. What is the root of this samsaric process? Is it difficult? Answer? Oh, good. Next, you. Yes. What is the meaning of ignorance? Yes? Just try to give the answer. Son or sister? What is my question? What is the meaning of ignorance? In simple question. Can you remember that son explained, what is the purpose of going for retreats to Buddha? Yes? To learn the Dhamma. Okay, good. Then you think Supreme Buddha has the ability to help us to escape from suffering with that Dhamma. Okay, son, you say, how can you follow that Dhamma? What are the things you have to follow? One thing you mentioned. I will say one thing. We have to meditate. You may say another one. Do you have to kill, or what do you have to do? We have to abstain from killing, not to kill, then not to steal. Can you remember? We have to follow the 5 precepts. That's the thing. Okay. Now, who can give? Okay, you next. Yes, you give the answer. What is the meaning of ignorance? Not understanding. Sorry? Not understanding the Four Noble Truths. Okay? Suffering, origin, cessation, path. Keep in your mind. Okay. Now meditation. Okay. Can you do the meditation by like in this posture? Okay. Standing. Okay. But you have to close your eyes. You don't fall, okay? Go here and there. You think in this way. This eye is impermanent. This eye is impermanent. This eye is impermanent. Forms are impermanent. Forms are impermanent. Forms are impermanent. This ear is impermanent. Ear is impermanent. Ear is impermanent. Sounds are impermanent. Sounds are impermanent. Sounds are impermanent. This nose is impermanent. Nose is impermanent. Nose is impermanent. Smells are impermanent. Smells are impermanent. Smells are impermanent. This tongue is impermanent. Tongue is impermanent. Tongue is impermanent. Tastes are impermanent. Tastes are impermanent. Tastes are impermanent. This body is impermanent. Body is impermanent. Body is impermanent. Tangibles are impermanent. Tangibles are impermanent. Tangibles are impermanent. This mind is impermanent. Mind is impermanent. Mind is impermanent. Thoughts are impermanent. Thoughts are impermanent. Thoughts are impermanent. These six faculties are impermanent. 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 These six senses are not mine. Not mine. Not mine. These six senses are not myself. Not myself. Not myself. These six faculties are I am not. I am not. I am not. All the external objects are impermanent. 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 All the external objects are not mine. Not mine. Not mine. All the external objects are not myself. Not myself. Not myself. I want to understand the reality of the life. I want to understand the reality of the life. I want to develop my wisdom. I want to develop my wisdom. I want to escape from impermanent things. I want to achieve the real happiness. I want to achieve the real happiness. I want to develop my wisdom. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. In Sri Lanka, a little girl, daughter, in Luk Swaminatha's children program, she faced for an accident, little girl. Then she was I think 1 or 2 years ago. Then she was admitted to the hospital, and now she is on the hospital and bleeding, and lot of wounds and damages. Now doctors and nurses and around the bed. Okay. Now father, mother, and the family members. The doctors and nurses, they are surprised. They ask from the father, why doesn't this daughter cry? The daughter doesn't cry. And father also, he can't think. Then he asked daughter, and why don't you cry? If you were to face for an accident, you say, oh, ayyo, like that. Then that little daughter said to the father, I don't cry. I don't need to cry. I can understand the impermanent nature of this body. What do you think about the knowledge? Okay. So this is not a simple thing. You develop this knowledge. And there are a lot of people, they develop this knowledge, and then one person, practical application. He works in office and communication field. Then he practices this meditation, and then his job is accepting the complaints. Okay. So for the whole day, people, they blame from the telephone. Okay. Now those days, when the people blame and complain, that person, he gets angry, and then arguing, no, why don't you say like that? We have given such services to you, like that. Then others, they do not agree, and like that, quarreling. Okay. Lot of half-speech, blaming. Now what does he do? When others are blaming from the other side, now he thinks, air is impermanent. Sounds are impermanent. Consciousness is impermanent. Now he thinks, no sound. Okay. Then that other person is blaming, but no response. Okay. Then after blaming for 10 or 20 minutes, then the next person asks, are you there? No. Then like that. Then very patient, very calm, with a calm mind, and he gives the answers. Okay. Now those days when he goes back to his family with like a cruel face because of those problems in the workplace, then he blames to the wife, children, and lot of problems. Now very peaceful background in the family. Can you understand? Practical application of the impermanent meditation. Okay. So you don't miss this opportunity to escape from this impermanent world and develop the wisdom as the noble sons and noble daughters. Okay. So now we can come to the conclusion. We can share merit with Devas. There are a lot of Devas who tries to follow the Noble Eightfold Path in the heaven as noble disciples of Buddha, because our teacher is the teacher of gods and humans. So we can share merit with Devas, asking them to rejoice with merit and asking them to protect this Gautam Buddha Sasana, this noble Dhamma, and all beings for long period. You say with me. Akasatta Chubummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Sasanam. Akasatta Chubummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Desanam. Akasatta Chubummatta Devanaga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiram Rakkantu Mang Paranti. We can share merit with departed relatives, remind them with compassion. May they have the opportunity to escape from suffering as soon as possible. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāh hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāh hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāh hontu ñātayo. Especially, we can share merit. We must share merit with our Lok Swamin Wahanse. May our Lok Swamin Wahanse have the opportunity to understand Four Noble Truths in this very life. Sadhu, sadhu. May all noble friends in this monastery and may all beings have the opportunity to understand the reality of the life and to escape from suffering in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya katam accayaṁ kamame bhante bhuri pañña tathāgata. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya accayaṁ kamame dhamma sandittika kālika. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya katam accayaṁ kamame sangha puññakettam anuttara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, today I took a long time to explain this dependent origination, because as this is the first explanation about the dependent origination that you learn. So then in the future it will be easier to understand with in brief. Okay, so that's why today we discuss in detail, taking long time. Okay. To pay homage to Bhante, taking your hands together, you say after me. Okasa vandami Bhante maya katam punyam samina anumoditabbam. Samina katam punyam mayhanda tabbam. Sadhu sadhu anumodami. Okasa dvarattena katam sabbam accayam kamata me bhante. Okasa kamami bhante द्वितीयम्पि ओकासकमामि भन्ते तृतीयम्पि ओकासकमामि भन्ते සුඛියන්තු සුඛිත හැම දිනාටම තෙරුවන් සරණයි. අභිවාදන සීලිස්ස නිච්ඡං වද්දා පචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වද්දන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාෝග්‍ය සම්පatti සග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සම්පatti ඉමිනාතේ සමිච්ඡතු. හැම දිනාටම තෙරුවන්